What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I honestly don't know what we're gonna be doing. Maybe we get lucky, just have to do rod bearings. Maybe we're pulling out the engine, we're gonna find out. The last video that I posted, I was getting my 2GR MR2 ready to do a track day at Oregon Raceway Park. I ended up doing that track day and the whole day went off without any issues. Once I got the car back, I went to drain the oil catch can, and that's when I discovered a bunch of metal shavings in it. I drained the oil, I found some metal flakes in there. At that point, honestly, I should have just dropped the pan and done some further diagnosing. There's a track day coming up in literally less than 2 weeks, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try throwing some fresh fluids in it, drain it, and just kind of see what happens. And that's what I did. It made things worse. The metal particles in the oil were bigger and there was a lot more of them. The engine itself is running good. There's no check engine light, oil pressure light, it's not knocking or anything like that. The next logical thing to do is to try to diagnose it a little bit further. I figured a good place to start is by removing the lower oil pan. It's held in place by a bunch of 10mm bolts. RTV's used, so I had to use this little flat head there to get it right off. It's kind of more of the same here in the pan. So there's a metal glitter in here. What stuck out to me though is that there was a bunch of RTVs stuck in the pickup. It was actually a combination of colors. So this little guy here is gray. There was also some stuff that was like a brown or I guess orange color. There's some of that stuck here in the oil filter as well. Anything that I resealed, I used the Toyota specific RTV that was actually black. So I'm assuming this is like from other parts of the engine that I didn't touch. I pulled a lot of the RTV out of the sump already, but you can still see some of that orange stuff that's in there, but I still have a little bit left in there, and it's, I guess, more of a brown, not orange color. And you can see how that lines up with some of the other RTV that's already in here, right there. My theory right now is that like little bits of the RTV came off in various places, clogged up some of the passages, also got sucked up into the oil pickup tube, and it just dropped oil pressure. Not enough to make the oil pressure light go off in the car, but enough to cause some damage, and that's probably why I'm seeing all the metal shavings. And it's pretty abrupt too, because right before the track day that I did, the oil looked fine. There wasn't like any contaminants, nothing like that. And here we are probably less than 500 miles later. The amount of metal that's in there is pretty alarming. I'm gonna drop the oil that's left in the pan because I feel like this is probably where I'll get the biggest chunks. Oh, there's more RTV as well. Yeah, there was definitely some big chunks in there. Figured the good next step was dropping the lower oil pan. I just removed the white pipe. Then I had easy access to all the bolts. It was a bunch of 12mm bolts. There was a couple 10 here and there. Then I just had to pry it off. There was the windage tray there, which came off with a bunch of 10mm bolts. Then I was able to remove the first rod bearing. I found this picture online that shows all the locations of the upper oil pan bolts. It was in a bigger article that had to do with, I believe, like a head gasket job on a 2GR. I'll link to that down below because there's some really good info in there. Anyways, all the rod bearings are out of the car. There are some minor concerns, but I do question if this is like the cause of all the metal. All the rod bearings have like vertical scratches on them. For the most part, they're smooth to the touch, but a couple of them have some minor scratches in them where like if I run my finger over it, I can feel it and it catches a little bit. This is one of them. This guy over here as well. And this one is actually the two worst. The rest of them don't really look that bad. There was some debris though. This one I actually haven't cleaned off, and you can see some of it right there. On the crankshaft side, some vertical scratches, but if I run my finger along it, there's no like grooves that I can feel. It doesn't get caught on any of it. That's the same for all of them. I'm gonna keep digging just a little bit more because I feel like given the amount of metal that there was, if the rod bearings were the issue, that there should be a little bit more wear. So the next step then is I'm gonna just pull off the front valve cover. And the reason I'm doing the front one specifically is two reasons. I honestly don't feel like pulling off the manifold and then dealing with the rear bank. The second reason though is my catch can is connected to the front valve cover. And since that had flakes in it, it had to have come from here. So I'm gonna see if there's anything there. I started with removing all the connections to the coil packs and sensors. From there, I fought the banjo bolt that holds the VVT line in place. From there, there's just a bunch of 10 and 12mm bolts all the way around the valve cover that hold it in place. And there's a 10mm in the center. Then I was able to lift it off. I'm surprised to say that everything in the valve train actually looks like it's in really good shape, especially when you take into account how many miles this engine has on it. It's well over 200,000. This actually came out of a vehicle that was used for medical transport. I was really expecting there to be metal shavings or something that just signified there is an issue. I thought that because my assumption was, you know, oil pressure or like oil restriction at the oil pickup tube was going to be the cause of my issue. Obviously that's not good, but maybe it's coincidental, and what I'm actually dealing with is just the beginning stages of like rod bearing failure. Even the backside of the valve cover gasket looks good. This is the VVTi bolt I took out, and the screen that's at the end of it. There's always a bunch of stuff in these, but this one looks relatively clean. Honestly, I'm really torn on what to do. I could keep digging further into it. I mean, there's still the rear bank valve cover that I could take off. I could take off the main caps as well. Anything past that, I just have to drop the engine out of the car because I don't think I could take the timing cover off with it in the car. That'd be a huge pain. The other option is I could just throw everything back together and throw in some fresh rod bearings. They're super cheap, so it makes a lot of sense to do that since I'm already there. Contacted my local Toyota dealership. They're only $14 to $16 depending on which size you need per pair, and you need 6 of them. My plan for now is I'm just gonna take a couple days to think about it. Then I'll circle back to this when I have like a fresh set of eyes on it. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and what do you think's going on. At the end of the day, I have no formal training with this stuff. I'm just a guy that knows how to YouTube things. So any input from, you know, a professional would be very, very appreciated. Next video I put out is 100% going to be on this car because I want to hurry up and get back to doing track days. And that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.